Hola, who's in the house? Tier, welcome in. Hopefully that is actually Tier. Yes, there we go. Squid Billy. Hey, Tabby Stark. Put the volume down there. Yuri, welcome in. 07s. Need to get some monitors right up above here. Usaku? How we say that? 07s. Been a lot going on. I don't know what I want to talk about first. Who else is in the house? Is that all the alerts? Tier has in the house. Mac Koo something. Squid Billy we talked about. Vaughn, Yuri, Marcus, Dutch Lord, and his Perseus. We're giving away another Perseus. Luke Goblins. Tier with his 45. All right, well, that sounds like a give mega code tier. That's definitely worth a mega code. Tubby, we said hello to. Bush Wookie. How's everybody doing this fine Saturday? February 14th. Saturday the 14th. You know, there was an old movie back in the day. Saturday the 14th movie. This was a funny movie. It basically made fun of like Friday the 13th and all that, and Halloween and all that. Tempt them, but only can fly one Perseus at a time. Yeah, but you can, if you win it, you can still melt it and get a bunch of other ships. I'm doing great, Marcus. Doing fabulous. Oh, wait a minute. My OBS is not running on my gaming PC. Let me fire him up. That's why you're seeing the black screen. There we go. So there was this was a funny movie. Well, at least it was funny back in the day. I haven't seen it since I was, young. So I'm kind of curious what the trailer looks like. I'm gonna pause the music for a minute. Let's see what this is.
It gets bad on Friday the 13th, but it gets worse on Saturday the 14th.
The Book of Evil!
Evil? Evil?
Richard Benjamin, Paula Prentice.
We've inherited a house with a curse.
Oh, come on, Mary. You know you don't believe in curses.
Well, somebody did the dishes, and we're the only ones in this house.
An innocent family driven absolutely batty. Just when you thought it was safe to look at the calendar again comes Saturday the 14th. The year's number
I'm
one horror
suspecting
comedy.
this isn't as funny
God,
2026 as it was in the early 80s.
My name is John Hyatt, and I've got bats in my belfry.
You know how many? We charge by the vat.
Hold it right there, Matt.
No, darling, keep it away. No, thank you very much.
I'd like to take a look at her neck.
Well, if you don't trust me after 311 years of marriage.
When I leave this house, there'll be nothing left here to be afraid of.
Every shroud has a silver lining, so if you see every other chiller this year, you'll need Saturday the 14th.
All right, let's start the game.
Oh, this must be your charming wife.
This is one of those rose-colored glasses. Probably not as funny.
Chairman.
Whoa!
Major pest control.
Dead!
It's your chance to laugh at everything that ever scared you.
Yeah. So that's probably not as funny as I remember it being. It was funny when I was a kid, early 80s. Cheesy. It's funny. So, I got lots of updates. Lots of updates. What have I been working on? Two things. I have, let's edit this one. This one. We'll edit this. So I have a few things here. I have a map properties. So these are something I put into the game at a global level. But so when someone's designing a map, they may want the vehicles to interact in a certain way. So they can override the vehicle physics for this map. And they can change some of the vehicles, how they work. This is some of the, hey, Big Daddy. So this is some of the, if you're behind, the vehicles will try to catch up. This is to get some more spontaneousness back and forward. And then this is, if you're a leader and you're way out front, it kind of brings it back to the crowd. Hey, Arceon. So if you were designing a map and you just didn't want that, you could change that to 0. I'm guessing my guy's in the way a little bit here. So now we got a bunch of properties, and I've implemented the last place zoom. So the default settings for the zoom are, if there's more than 10 people on the map, 10 or more people, the bottom 10% have unlimited zooms. And again, with most everything else, I'm allowing people to override it. So the default is, you can do percentage, or you can do numbers, or whatever you want. Hey, Squid Billy, thanks for the sub. Thank you, thank you. It'll pop up there. Very good. So we now have that last place zoom. So that's been implemented. And they can override that on a per map basis. And I think I've added, let's see, we're going to select mode. I don't know if I had this component properties. I talked about this, where if I want, I can for an individual prop here. Let's put something on here. Let's do low poly. Let's do floor prop. Here we go. Like one of these, we're gonna put one of these on the map, and let's select them. Let's rotate them around. There we go. All right, but we're gonna override its component properties, and we are gonna override it, and he will not move. So when we turn this off, he will not move at all. So that piece will be a static piece. It applies just to that particular piece. So now we can like override individual properties of pieces on the map. Let's save that. And then the rest of the new features are on the map itself. Let's do that one. New game. Ground. What was the one I just edited? Yeah. All right, so exclamation frenzy to get in. I'm going to get in. Winner gets a mega code, and then you'll see some of the newer features. So because now the bottom people on the map have unlimited zooms, I show both the top 10 and the bottom 10, and then there's a line. If you see the line, if you're below the line, you have unlimited zooms. Now the moment you go above that line, then you go back to just your one zoom. So you have one zoom outside of the bottom 10%. If you're in the bottom 10%, while you're in the bottom 10%, you have unlimited zooms. Hey, Hudson Hawk. And then I can't remember who suggested that. I need to write down who suggests certain features. But I added the mini map too. The mini map's in the game. And there's two modes of the mini map. There is excuse me, there is a full-blown version of the map, and then there's a zoomed-in version that just shows the visible area of all the cars, because it's very hard to see the cars, and I don't know if it's useful at all. Maybe on some maps it is, so I made it an optional feature that you can toggle around and see it. Let's start our countdown here. Did I join? How's Yuri doing? 12 races, 1 finish, 1 first, 2 seconds, and 1 third. And this is the first time he's done this map. He hasn't been on this map yet. So we got the mini map in too. So my next step I haven't really worked on the UI of the track editor, and I want to work on the UI of the track editor. Now I kind of have like most of the primary types of pieces I want on there, and I want to make the UI look a lot better. And then from there, I'm going to do my screenshots and make a trailer video of the game. And then I'm going to enable the Steam page so people can wish list it. Because you have to have, got to have real game footage and stuff like that when you post that. At least that's what it said. I read. Doesn't mean that's what people do. All right, so that one thing, not this one, but that one in the front should be the only one that has a hard static property. All right, and I'm also going to go in here, and there's the overhead map. And then there's the zoomed in version of it. Yeah, you can see nobody's moving. They had to go around that one. So we got a mini map now. Again, we got somebody's got a long name there. I gotta deal with that. Let me take a screenshot of that. Sorry, I want to take a screenshot of that. Sorry. All the people I've been testing with hadn't had a name longer than that, and I thought it would scrunch in. You liking it? It's cool, isn't it? So again, Loot Goblins, Bush Wookie, yeah. Yeah, you guys got long names. It's messing up my leaderboard. That's all right. It is. It's coming along great, Moon. I'm very happy with this. So if you're in the bottom 10%, you can just keep zooming until you're not in the 10% anymore. So you can see the line there on the left-hand side. But Loot Goblin's got a big old name. Oh, there goes Yuri. Oh, I messed up the end of the map. I need to fix that. I must have accidentally clicked. Yeah, I must have accidentally clicked at the end of the map. But I love the mini map. Who's in the steering wheel? Yes. Well, as I said, so I have vehicle physics in there, and then map people can override it. But some people got some long names. I got to fix that part. Y'all with your long names, I got to do some UI work again. All right, so who won that one? Arceon won. Give mega code at Arceon. Congrats. Yeah, what happened was because of this stupid thing in there, Yuri, you went flying past it. I didn't know I actually broke the map like that, so let's go fix the map. Which that's kind of a good idea. If you're designing I didn't mean to exit. If you're designing a map, if you put a turn at the end there, it keeps people, it keeps people from zooming at the end. So that's kind of a good idea if you want to like force people to not hold on to their, if you're a map designer and you wanted people to not hold on to their zooms. And that's kind of what that ended up doing. So I think I might put a turn there. So have you tried the moth yet? No, we're going to fly it today. And I'm going to do something different with the moth than everybody else is doing with the moth. You can watch 1,000 videos of people scraping with the moth. I'm going to do something else with it. All right, well, let me fix the map. Let me fix the map. Edit. All right, so I broke that. So let me go into select mode. And I think I can delete that. There we go. So what I could do though, so we can keep the Yuris of the world, we can maybe do that. There we go. All right, see what I did there, Yuri? And let's put some stuff at the end here. Let's throw a couple boxes. Let's what else we got here? Oh, I want to see what happens. So let's do this. Let's take a city. Oh, let's take a building and put some physics to it. I'm not saying, you know, none of the official maps will have this kind of stuff. I did the solo munch on unverified contracts route. I love how the Argo ship looks, so it already wins. Yeah, the problem is I hear it's kind of broken. It's slow and whatnot. So I'm kind of curious. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to do component properties. We're going to give this building properties. And, ooh, that's really high. Let's do, what is the cone? Hold on, let me see what the cone is. Manage. Let's see here. Components, track components. Go. And floor. Poly, floor, props. What is this property? What does he have? Like, I could leave that building there and turn the rigid body on, but he's massive, and he's still going to be hard to move out of the way. So I just want to see what happens. We're going to change it to be, we're going to give it the same properties of the cone just for shits and giggles. Let me take a screenshot of this so I know what they are. Let me save that. Edit. Paste. Save Hotel 3. Hotel 3 properties. And we're going to make this 0.5. And then we're going to do, oh, I can't tab. I need to tab in there. 0.5, 0.5. We're gonna leave that 0.5. We'll do 0.8. This is the same thing as the cones. And friction, we'll do 0.5. So it'll act like a cone. I don't know what's gonna happen. Why? Where did it go? It disappeared. I need to fix the text on that too. Interesting. Let me try this. Let me do this instead. Let's just add. Now I want to do the hotels 3. This one. Oh shit, I placed another one. I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Delete that one, delete that one. All right. And I'm gonna save the map. I'm kind of curious. Save and exit. We're gonna edit again. Okay, still there. I wonder if there's something interacting with the road that's causing the problems. Let me select them. Oh, component property. Override. Okay, it's got all those settings remembered. Is that what I had? The mass was 0.5 though. 0.5. There we go. 8. We'll make it bouncy. Hey, Dr. Metropolis. 0.8. And then friction. We'll leave that. We'll leave that. Apply. All right, he's still there. What platforms are you going to use for people to raise frenzy bugs in the code? Are you releasing it bug free? Well, I've already talked about bug free code. I think that's damn near impossible. You know, it's hard to write bug free code. What I plan on doing is there's going to be a report. I like what PAX a Day had. They had a simple button in the upper right hand corner, report bug. You just type in whatever you want. You can report a bug or request a feature. Well, first of all, I am going to have a Discord. I will have a Discord for ViewerFrenzy. I'm just not ready for it yet. But in the game itself, there's going to be a report button that can screenshot it, like gather all the information it possibly can, and it'll just send it directly to my servers. Oh yeah, they're going to. They're absolutely going to. So I'm going to have them report it directly from the game, and then there'll always be Discord and whatnot. But my intent is to get feedback from the game, so you can suggest features or report a bug. Pretty much exactly what PAX Day. I love PAX Day. You just hit F8 and you say, what area of the game. Do you include a screenshot or not? I can gather some details and send that along with the bug report and see what happens. All right, so let's see I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't tested this type of functionality yet, but I see no reason why it wouldn't function just like the cones, right? So let's test how messed up it's going to be. All right, exclamation frenzy. I'm in. How many games have I been? Yeah, I'm 43 games. A lot of testing. A lot of testing. Eight wins, though. I can probably pick up some new vehicles. We can see now we got the 3D cars back again, so it's showing the cars. So on the ViewerFrenzy.com, the vehicle selection should go back to the 3D angle again. That was easy enough to fix. I just overrode it when I was doing the buildings. Yeah, mega codes. That's what I'm doing. There's actually quite a few people that have Pagan, you might be one of them. I got a test list of users, and they were just random users. So if you go online, you might actually have more wins and races than you realize. I can show you who they all are. Let's start the countdown. But if you recall, when I was testing my test list, I started adding some random people into it. So all those people are in that list. Most of them were streamers, but there are a few of my viewers that are in that list. So you might actually have more races and wins than you think. Where is... So just trying to think if I see anybody that's on my list. Maybe Pagla? No. Pagla's got a truck bed, a flatbed truck. All right, 25 seconds. The winner gets the mega code. All right, here we go. All right, 10 seconds. Oh, someone just snuck in. SG1, Sergeant 1 Crafty, maybe? All right, let's get the mini map going. There we go. Let's see what happens when we hit this building. And we got that bin there, Yuri. You can't. Oh, Squidbilly using his zoom. But there's some drifting going on. Boom, he's hitting stuff. It's your P versus P virus from the league. I don't know. Oh, there goes Necro come cruising in. Crazy like. Let's get some more people in here. Bush Wookie. I can't wait to see what happens with this building. I don't know what's going to happen with this building. This game may not end at all. Because I really haven't tested this. This is live testing. I already got a problem with my list. I need to fix my list. Oh, they're kind of moving it. All right. Oh, there we go. So not every... So just like Star Citizen, there we go. Interesting. Hey, Dory. All right, Dory. I'll see you later. Well, me and the missus, we're going to be going out to dinner tonight, so probably getting done around 3 or so at the latest. So some people were going through the building. Let's see here. So this is a guy who came in last, or Squidbilly won. Oh, my sorting's broken again. Shit. I broke my sorting. Give mega code. Squidbilly, there we go. I broke my sorting again. So you saw some people were going through the building, and some people had collision with it. That's interesting. So just like Star Citizen, where it's not all, they don't have the meshes to like blocking everything the way they're supposed to have collision on there. Very interesting. All right, well, I'm going to fix that map. I don't want the building on there. I was just testing it out. Edit. Oh, shit. Select Tim. Delete. There we go. But I do want to kind of leave that at the end. Excuse me. Leave that at the end as to keep people from saving their zooms. All right, we'll save that map. Let's do a space game. We'll do... All right, we're going to do this one just for fun. Wait, did he zoom out the gate because he was last at the start of the race? Maybe, I don't know. Because I noticed there is a downside, because if you see when a map starts, what happens is there is a downside, even in your starting position. So in the starting map, we have like a starting area right here, and then you have the road like that, and then you'll have vehicles everywhere, right? You know, they're all just whatever. They're like this. Vehicles are like this. And these guys here, they all do have an advantage. Yeah, they do have an advantage. And this guy here and this guy here, they all end up kind of there. What I'll do though is what I'll probably do is disable zooms until everybody's out of the gate. In fact, I'm gonna make a note of that feature. Let me get this started. Game space. This is an extremely short map. All right, punch list. So this is a lot of my punch list items. So go ahead and join. Yeah, you can go ahead and join in. So disable zooms until everybody is out of the starting block area. All right, that's noted. With the countdown going. Uh-oh. I wonder I broke this because I didn't have it selected. Yeah, I think people were joining while the game wasn't highlighted. So what's going on here is, yeah. Since I didn't have the game focused, it doesn't run in the background. And so it didn't have a chance to go in and get it. Oh, I see some people got the big ships now. We are working on physics. I do plan on the big ships having some downsides, but upsides too. Also, you had to fix text. Yeah, but I'll see that. That one was obvious. Oh, I hate this. Well, save as. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta save my document here real quick. Projects, documents. Oh, I gotta save my Excel file. It's OneDrive. I tell you, this used to be a good product, and it's just gotten worse and worse over the years. It's irritating to me. It used to just work. Save that. Fix long text and usernames. And competition. All right, 12 seconds here. So my son will go take a look into what he's doing. He's actually streaming right now. Glovo, please streaming. And oh yeah, so this is a super short race. I didn't tell you all that. So this is one of the maps I test with because of I just want to like test the functionality, but I don't want to wait a long time for the map to end, right? Yeah, you're a little late. You were never gonna have time on this one. So give mega code. So give mega code at Necro. There you go. You did win. You didn't even know it because Yuri didn't have a chance to do a zoom. All right, let's do another little bit longer one. I just want to do that. I want to just show you that's one of the maps I test with. All right, now we can join in. Yeah, so I have a short ground map and I have a short, ooh, I like in, whoa, what is this? Whoa. That looks really cool. Archangel, I love it. It looks great with the blue. Looks really cool. Tier's got 5 races, got 2/3. He's still using the default ship though. Hey, Six, thanks for the sub. Prime. Back to Jeff Bezos bucks. Look closer on the interior of the wing. Oh, hold on. Hope things are going well for you, Six. There it is. My old eyes can't see. I see something there, but I can't see it. Hold on. Just my old eyes can't see shit anymore. Center paint. Let's just make that size. Okay, let's bring them over. Edit paste. What are we looking at here? I mean, they look like H's to me. Wait, no, it says something. Art. Oh, that's really cool. I see it. Archangel. It's pretty cool. I see that. I see that. I see it. I see it now. I saw kind of the H. What I saw was this. I saw this. This is what my eyes drew to. Is I saw the H. Oops. Where is the fill? This is not fill. Oh, that's erase. Oh, there we go. I saw that. I saw this H right here. H. Saw that H. That's what I saw first. I saw this H. I saw these two H's first. But that's pretty cool. I like it. Hey, Thorn. I like it. And make sure I'm joining now. Let's go countdown going. We're playing the ever popular ViewerFrenzy. Got some cool features put in. We got a mini map in now. In the small version, it's well, yeah, it is. I know there's something there, and in fact, I would say the H's are the most visible. If you could somehow invert it, so whatever makes those H's stand out, if the letters could look like that, it would actually be viewable on somewhat small one too. But pretty neat, pretty neat. Pretty neat, I like it. Hudson Hawk's got 12 races. He's still trying to get off the snide, though. He's got 2 second place finishes and 3 third places. Let's see how Sir Barbada, poor Sir Barbada. 4 races, no top 3 finishes. How's Nin doing? 7 races, got a couple of third place finishes. So now we got stats, so we can know for real how often you have or have not been winning. All right. So if you're in 19th or 20th, you have unlimited zooms. Who's in the house here? iBixable. Oh, you just missed it, iBixable. I don't think you got in. Oh, and let's see how the... so there's the whiteout view, and you kind of see that section there. But then I got a zoomed in view of it, so you can kind of see where everybody's out there. Oh, we got a hype train. Six Dogs somehow got the hype train started. I guess it was from the Prime and Woodbilly sub and all that. Thank you guys. We got a hype train, a incredible tier 1 hype train, level 1. All right, lots of collision going on there. Oh, there goes Six Dogs. Nin, Hudson Hawk, while you're in last, you can zoom for free. If you're in the bottom 10%, you have unlimited zooms. So Hudson Hawk and Nin, you're in last place. You got unlimited zooms. Arceon and Sir Barbada, you have unlimited zooms right now. While you're in last. Is why we implemented the feature. I can't believe that nobody I tested had long names. All right, we're coming up on the end. Archangel's way out in front. Let's zoom around here. Let's see what we got. See if we can get this. All right, we're coming down the stretch. We got Tier. Is he going to make it? Is anybody going to do a zoom at the end? Oh, Tier gets it. Now Nin finally comes in. Who's bringing up the rear here? Soren. You can zoom, Soren, so you're not so far in the last. What I'm thinking about doing is putting by the name, like how many zooms you have left or something. Or color coding it or whatever. Thinking about that. All right, who won? Tier 1. Hey, Chill Polio, what's going on? Let's see. Give mega code and tier. I was sitting on the 17th for so long, but they weren't zooming. Well, 17th doesn't give you a zoom. It's the bottom 10%. So if 20 people were in the game, which looks like 20 people were in the game, then only 19 and 20 have unlimited zooms. Heading into work. Oh, man, I'm sorry. And in fact, it has a little line there. If you look to see, are the zooms all on a timeout? You can change the color of the game if they have one available. Well, yeah, that's what I think I want to do. You only get one. So Archangel, you only get one zoom. Unless you're in the bottom 10%. If you're in the... No, I mean the guys... Oh, yeah, the guys in the behind wouldn't use it. Well, I plan on adding some information on the screen so that you can know that you have zooms. Like, there's nothing that says zooms are available. Twitch's spams timeout was blocking multiple zooms. Ah. So you still got to be a little bit careful. Still have to be a little bit careful. What I intend is to have some longer maps. Some really, really long maps like this one. Let's test it out on this one. So I have some fairly long maps here. So I think this one. Is there anything on here? Let's add some stuff onto this map. This is the longest map. I think this one would matter a little bit more. But let's I don't want to do that right now. We've already done plenty of that. So y'all kind of seen some of the new stuff. That's something to think about. I want to make a note of that. I just want to note that. Ideas. What, if anything, to think about for Twitch keeping spam from happening? What one of the things I want to do anyway is, if you ever played Pangea, they have a Twitch little thing down at the bottom, a Twitch panel where you don't have to type in Zoom. You can just, join. You can just hit the button join. So what I do is I want to do a Twitch add-on that does a couple of things. Maybe it can also have zooms for you. It can tell you how many zooms. So it can tell you information about your game, maybe. Like you can press zoom whenever you want. So it isn't a Twitch text chat, but you can just do zooms. And what I would love to do is have that map be able to show you where you're at in the game. The only thing is I don't latency and all that. I don't know how real time it'll be. That's my only concern. But at minimum, I can still have it to show you how many zooms you have left. You can push that zooms instead of using the chat. That could cut down on some of the zooms and the text messages that say chat. But I do plan on doing a Twitch little component add-on to handle some of that stuff. Something else here, just to kind of make a note. My son right now, go check him out here, Love OP. He's doing a speed run of Pokemon Scarlet, I think. You can just do me a favor, give him a follow, say hello. Here, let me do a shout out. Just shout out Global Feed.
This ceremony isn't where I meant to go.
Give him a follow. Say hello in his chat.
Nice down here.
Yeah, his mic doesn't sound very good because he's using the laptop speaker right now. There goes Luke Goblin. So, how is the speed run going? So the world record's like 5 hours. And
Hello, Luke Goblin.
he's wanting to
chat.
he's wanting to get this done in about 10 hours.
The speed run is not going very good. Pokemon are getting in my way, and I don't know where I'm going.
Well, just got to keep at it. You can set your best time on this. Your best time on this run, and then you can try to beat it on the next one. Just keep at it. All right. Yeah, he's over doing that.
No, I had to hop to the.
All right. Some interesting stuff. Let me put the music back on. I don't know if y'all know this. Some really interesting stuff for Ashes of Creation came up yesterday, and I have to talk a little bit about it. I have to. Where was? I'm gonna pull up a YouTube video.
Okay, what up, friendos? Welcome back. And it's the day, right? It's D-Day. It's the nukes have all been dropping, and there's going to be more nukes every day from now for probably weeks, because the Ashes of Creation situation is heating up, and there's a lot of stuff we can now talk about, as well as stuff that has come out in lawsuits and stuff that's going to be coming out in lawsuits. It's fucking nuts. So remember when I said this is the craziest story in video game history that I've ever seen? Well, you ain't seen.
After what I've heard today, so I've watched, there was actually some people streaming Ashes of Creation today down at TV, and I don't know if he was watching this. I thought he was watching a different one. I need to find the original video everybody's watching. But there might be a movie made out of this. There might be a movie made out of this. What I learned is, so Stephen all the way up, Stephen Sharif, is there two F's on that? Always touted give it one more zoom there. Oops. Cancel. No. Yeah, we get one more zoom. That control. Oh, I did Alt plus. Always touted he did not have investors or a board to report to. All his money, I think he said 50 million available. He hasn't necessarily invested it, but he has this available, which I don't believe this. He did the Kickstarter. What'd they get around? Between 2 and 3 million? And then they've sold. The name is already set up for a movie. Yeah, the name is set up for a movie. It's fascinating. Just what I've learned today. Like before, what's the scene in Django Unchained? He goes, at first you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. What I learned this morning, this was like what was happening. So apparently, some guy, Jason somebody, is friends with Steven's mom. And that's how he got introduced to Steven and whatnot. And if you know, Steven and his mom and his family, they made money doing MLMs. MLMs aren't necessarily bad, but a lot of them are. They're basically selling, hey, Commander Nebji, they were selling juice to say it cures cancer. So they already just have an ability to not tell the truth. But he introduces them to investors and whatnot. There has been about $120 million invested into Ashes. Steven has invested 0. He's used none of his own money, even though he said he's doing it. He also said that he didn't have any investors or boards to report to. This is all what I learned, whether they're true or not, but it's part of what it came out in the lawsuit. It gets, this guy, if he doesn't end up in jail, I'll be shocked. I mean, what was reported here and had receipts like text messages and stuff. I just want to say this information was from this guy here, Jason. This was reported from him. This guy's been around from the very beginning. And Stephen and his husband were taking about $600K a year, over 1.1 million combined from Intrepid. That's what their salary. We spelled and so he's not fun. He never funded. He used Kickstarter money. He used investors, and there's about $120 million of investors that have given them money. Basically, what happens near around the end of last year, end of like the last quarter or two. Let's just say sometime in 2025, investors are wanting changes to make the product viable. Like, just because you create something cool and fun, if it costs $10 billion a month to maintain it, then it's not viable. And they're just like, we're on board. We want to do this. We've invested a lot of money, but right now you're spending $2 to $3 million a month. I can't remember what the number is. $2 to $3 million a month on bills, on operations costs. Well, that's servers, that's employees, whatever, right? Servers, employees, salaries, etc. A month, $2 to $3 million on bills a month. They're like, you got to let go. You got to let go of 60% of the workforce. He said, and bills were due. And they said, we're willing to continue to fund the game. We think the game is going to be good. We think it's going to make money, but not at the rate that you're just wasting money. They want to fund. And this is where it gets really, really bad. So Steven's already getting pissed that they're wanting to get rid of folks. Hey, Faux Sizzle. Steven's already pissed that they're wanting to get rid of funds and stuff. And somewhere along the lines, the house is sold. His house is sold. They sell the house. They sell their house to the husband. It's in his name. To Steven's husband. One of the loans that Steven took out was had credit, was what do they call it when you collateral was the house, one of the earlier loans. Can't spell that all. Collateral. I always put collateral. Collateral. There we go. Was the house. This is important. This part is right here. So one of the early loans for the game was this. So they launched Steam December 11th, 2025. Steam holds on to the money. Steam holds onto the money for 30 days before they pay out. To handle refunds, blah, blah, blah. And all this time, you know, the investors are like, we got to get rid of force, we got to do things, or we're willing to help you out and whatever. And there's a lot more details to this than even I'm giving you. I'm giving you the too long didn't read summary here. But this is the part that's crazy. If you recall, when Stephen resigns on January 30th, saying the board is forcing people to be laid off, which ironically causes the whole company to be laid off. Be laid off. And he was saying laid off, and he wanted to protect his employees. I gotta write this down because I'm not gonna remember all of it. Yeah, I got all kinds of more notes. I'll just do that. This is what this scumbag does. This original loan that he took out early on and used the house as collateral, so they still have that. He hasn't paid it back. So they can always force his house to be foreclosed. This money that they were getting from Steam was going to pay the bills for February. They were going to use that to pay, you know, the employees and stuff in February. The Steam money was going to do the following: pay the employee bills, costs, and have a employee reduction. So they're just trying, these investors are trying to make it where it's at least viable. There aren't, you know, they're like, we just got to reduce the force. We can't maintain $2-3 million a month. So they want to cut it more than half, right? They want to get it down to $1 million or even less than $1 million. And still continue to move forward. This is what this scumbag does. Since these people were early on in this, he gets Stephen gets the bank to send Intrepid and Steam a notice that they have first rights to the Steam money. So he tells the bank what's going on. They're not going to get their money. They have first rights to that money. So the bank sends this note to Steam. Steam sends the bank the money. Yeah, Steam sends the bank the money. So now Steven's house no longer has a lien on it. Oh yeah, just wait. That's not the worst part, Tier. This is not the dumbest thing he did. So this causes bank tells Steam it's their money. It's their money. Yeah, Ashes of Creation. There's going to be a movie made of this, Commander Nibg. There's going to be a movie made of it. This guy is an absolute scumbag. Bank tells Steam it's their money, and now Intrepid can't pay employees at all. Can't pay employees at all. Can't pay employees at all. So remember how he was saying, oh, he doesn't want his precious employees to lose money. Oh yeah, we'll get to the taxes part here. We'll get some of the taxes part in a minute. Like he relied. You can read this note. Stephen Sharif, Stephen Ashes of Creation. Stephen. Actually, I have it up on my Discord. Let me bring my Discord up. I have this note. So this is what he said. This is what he said December 30th. Let's bring this up. So this is what he says on, or just January 30th. But where's the important part? Yeah. I can make a limited statement, blah, blah, blah. Control of the company shifted away from me. He never had control of the company. And the board began directing actions that I could not ethically agree with or carry out. This is the he didn't want to lose 60% of the workforce. And so as a result, I choose to resign protest rather than lend my name and authority to decisions I could not ethically support. Following my resignation, much of the senior leadership team resigned. They probably weren't aware that the investors did a lot to try to save the company, to save the game. What they told them, this is why they resigned. They said, we are going to fund this game. We are going to fund this game. We need 60% reduction of employees. We're going to form a new company that the investors own. And because you, Stephen, have never funded any meaningful amount of the company, you will not be an owner. They said you can be director, creative director or something like that. Creative director. Because they didn't want him running it. They didn't want him because he's fucking around with the money. He's never put any money into the game. He never put. He got money from Kickstarters. He got it from loans. $120 million has been spent on this game with investors. There's one guy, and I can't remember what his name is, Andrew or something like that. He has like 80 or 90 million of his money into this game. And he says, you're running, the creative part, you're doing fine. You're running the game financially into the ground. It says, we're going to do a new one. You're going to be a creative director. And this is where Steven says, no, I have to be big dog and I have to own it, whatever. So he resigns. He pretends he's doing it because he didn't want them to lose the employee reduction and stuff like that. But then he literally steals monies from his employees by telling the bank what's happening. Bank sends the notice to Steam saying this is our money. So Steam sends the bank the money. The Intrepid doesn't have it. They can't pay the employees. Dude is a scumbag. And then the other thing I learned too was apparently on some of the money he got, loans, investors, he reported it as this is where he's going to prison, as Intrepid revenue. So and what this does, this makes the company look better. And so banks are willing to loan at lower rates and etc. Hi, Chipolio. We're about done with this. I had to talk about this. I just was flabbergasted. You got to listen to what some of the stuff that this guy says. I got to find the video where he actually calls in. He calls in and he just talks about it, man. He lays it all out there. So there's people suing him. They're going after him directly. And it's just crazy. But this thing, if this here is true, hold on. What did, let me share what my dad repeated me constantly when I was young. How do you recognize scumbags that do anything and they never feel shame? Yes. So if he actually did this, if he actually used some of the loan investor monies and reported as Intrepid revenue, oh man, this guy is going to be in prison. Now, this is just one guy apparently, but he brought receipts. He brought text messages of stuff like this was 2019. He's been involved since 2017. Hey, folks, says they got receipts and stuff of when people funded and who funded it. So Steven always said that he funded the game, that he's going to put his money on it. Who's doing the crime? Bite size. Oh, you haven't heard all of it? Well, don't worry, Bite Size. This drama is so good that there's got to be a movie made about this. There will be a movie made. So I just was learning more about the Ashes of Creation stuff, and this guy is 100% scumbag. So I've already spent the last 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes doing a too long, didn't read. And it was just incredible how much this guy has lied. I 100% still believe he wanted to make a cool MMO. He just wanted to be top dog on that MMO. But because he's just grown up around a family that sells multi-level marketing, sells juice that they said would cure cancer, he can't help himself but not lie. And he didn't really want to fund it. And what's really weird is he's going around making all these statements that he's funding the game, he has $50 million to put into it. Well, there are investors who had put over about 120 million. So one guy invested 80 or 90 million dollars into this game. If he's hearing him making those comments, then he must have been okay with him making that comment, because that's part of what that's the vision people believed in was, oh, we don't want to have the big EA like companies and Microsoft companies telling us that we got to deliver now and we got to put microtransactions in and we got to do this and we got to do that. The reason a lot of people founded it and loved to play the game was that, the buck stops with him. Well, apparently the buck didn't stop with him. In fact, he had no bucks to stop. He didn't invest anything into this game. Windows update, have to reboot. Alrighty. Well, by that time we should be back in there. So many scams in the video industry. Yeah. But I kind of already just gone over it. Sigillion. Do I not have you on my shout outs? I need to get you on my shout out list. Shout out. I thought I had you on that. So Sigillion's while I'm working stream, I like to have in the background from time to time. He does Minecraft Mondays. He's rebuilding Ultima, the world of Ultima, one of my favorite games of all time. You've seen me talk about that list. And does a little programming here and there when he gets into it. And otherwise, he's doing cargo hauling without guns. Can you imagine doing cargo hauling without guns? Who does cargo hauling without guns? Actually, I think a lot of ships that don't have combat into them shouldn't have guns. I might have turned your stream on loud, and I was like juicy gossip, and he was also absorbed. Yeah. Well, the thing is that I'd love to go back over it, but I literally just spent the last 10, 15 minutes. But I'll give you a couple of highlights. This guy, Steven, he took loans out to fund this game, Ashes of Creation, but he reported it as revenue for his company. So this makes the company look better, but that's called fraud, right? So banks were willing to fund them even more money because it looked like the company was making money. Remember the Raft didn't have guns by default? No, I don't. I haven't been playing the game that long, Sizzle. I just find it strange how the video game industry has always been so full of corruption. I think money's full of corruption, Sigillion. I think money in general. But that was a nasty one. And then the other one was because he wanted to save his house, the money they got from Steam, they got money from Steam. So they went live in early access on Steam on December 11th. And after 30 days, Steam pays out. But what he did, Steven told his bank that he did a loan on, so it had collateral on his house. He told them that the company's going down, they're losing money, and that they have first rights of refusal off of this money. And so the bank sent Steam a letter saying that's their money. Steam sends the bank the money, and so then they couldn't pay the employees. And that's the real reason why they couldn't pay the employees, apparently. And apparently the investors were still willing to fund the game and move forward. They just wanted changes in terms of not draining so much money. He was spending $3 million a month on this game, and it was nowhere near live yet. They just wanted to cut the development staff down, make some changes, make it viable from a monetary standpoint. They were willing to fund it, but they didn't want it to continue to fund it where Steven was still the main person driving absolutely everything. They said you can continue to be creative director, you can still have directions on where the game itself is going, but when it comes to money, we're going to decide how the money's spent. And then he resigned, and then he basically stole the Steam money to pay off his house so that he wouldn't lose his house. But I can promise you he's going to lose his house. This guy's going to end up in prison, or he's going to end up 6 feet under, because he He did a lot of people wrong. He's done a lot of people wrong. And some people have a lot of money. So this guy's in big time trouble. And this was some of the news that was breaking yesterday. I'm probably going to digest it a little bit later, and I might talk a little bit more on it tomorrow after I get some of my notes down. But this is just a little bit I learned about it from this money. Just crazy. How many people under him knew what was going on? Did he keep it all a secret? I don't think, my guess, Evil, is that most people in the company didn't know how bad it was in terms of the money, where it came from. I love video game concepts too much. Well, you're going to love this. We'll watch a little bit of this. Let's see what this guy says.
See, nothing yet, because even all the crazy shit that's just been said on Nephas's live stream and in the video where he's talking to Jason Karamanis.
Nephas's. How do we say that?
This is only part of it, and there's going to be more coming. So you're in for a real treat if you're interested in drama.
So what happened yesterday? This guy who's been involved in the funding from the very beginning and was good friends with Stephen Sharif's mom. He was pissed, and he came onto somebody's stream and he just let it all out. He brought text messages, and the funny part was listen to this guy cuss out people. Like he had stuff to drop. Let's see if this guy covers it.
Because obviously, if you're interested in Ashes of Creation, the game doesn't exist anymore and likely never will.
The servers are actually still online.
At the end of every Kickstarter, you know, like when you see a rainbow and you're like, oh, is there a pot of gold at the end? Well, for every Kickstarter MMO, at the end, there's just years worth of drama and fucking.
Oh, while you're here, Sigelian, you want to see the
nothing
update?
To do with the actual video.
You want to see the latest version of the game? You still here, Sigelian? Are you streaming? Are you streaming on Saturdays? I don't know if you stream on Saturdays. If you're here, I was going to show you some of the updates on the game. I'll give you a minute to respond. Do you want to see? I want to show you some of the cool stuff. Star Citizen has gossip. Yeah, so one of the things I've decided is that I really want to give people flexibility in designing their game, their maps and stuff. So what I got going on now is one of some of my new features is now I got a lot of props that you can put down. So I got bunches of props, so you can select different types of props here. You know, people will be able to create a bunch of stuff, right? So they can just select stuff, put it onto the game. So we got a lot new things and whatnot, lots of stuff. We have map properties. So one of the things I'm letting the people do, hey, morning, Mitch, is if I have the ability to set something, I want the people creating the maps to give a chance to have they're doing it. So if you're creating a map and sometimes the vehicle physics aren't working for you, you can change some of the vehicle physics, you know, the bounciness, the friction, linear damping, all this stuff. And it gives you details of what happens and whatnot, and some race tuning and whatnot, and then just features of it. So I'm giving the ability to people to really change the physics of the map. So they got map properties. And then you can even change the properties of individual items. So like, oops, I didn't mean to be, I'm in place mode, Control Z. So I can sit here and I can go into a component and I can change its properties, right? So maybe I want to make this one, I'm going to make this box super heavy. So it's going to be real hard to move. So we'll give it a 3 mass. So the higher is the heavier it is, harder to move. So I can change the individual properties of individual items. And in fact, I've changed this one. This particular thing right here, I've made its components properties completely, I've turned off it and it won't move at all. So you have a lot of ability to change the physics of the stuff. You can put lots of things on here. Like I got some cool looking maps here. So I'm really excited to see what kind of people build on the game. And let's do a race while Sega's here. Exit out. Let's do, I don't think we've done underneath. We'll do that one. Do a race. Winner gets a mega code. Let's do underneath. Yeah, let's do this one. Start. Something else I've done too is I've integrated it with Twitch. So let's just say you wanted to do a race of just your Twitch moderators. You can select your Twitch moderator list. Oh, and we got ads starting here in a minute too. And then they'll go right into the game. And I've already dismissed the ads 3 times, so the ads are coming up. Sorry, you'll have to redo that. I had it blocked. Yeah, it's basically randomness. There you go. You'll have to do, for some of y'all that were here earlier, you need to do ViewerFrenzy. I'm going to join myself. But I'll wait for it to go through. I've implemented a mini map on the game too. I've implemented some cool little features. If you're in the bottom 10%, you get unlimited zooms. So if you're way behind on the map, you can still zoom to get out, and you have unlimited zooms. Otherwise, you only have one zoom. There you go, Bite Size. Now you're in. You got statistics. So Bite Size has never done a race, but Tier has done 6 races. He's got 1 first place finish, no seconds and thirds. Hudson Hawk has done 7 races. He's still looking for any kind of first, second, or third finish. Squidbilly's got 8 races, and he's got 1 first, 1 second, and 1 third. On this map, he has finished in second 1 time. Let's see what Hudson here. We got a bunch of new people here. Sir Barbada got 4 races, got a second and a third. So we got stats on here. Myself, I got tons of maps just because I test with myself a lot. Sigelian, this will be his first race, at least on here. Let's get the countdown started. Six Dogs has got 5 races. We got color coding. So if you are a follower or a sub, and depending upon your tier, it's color coded, kind of like that. It's pretty neat. All right, 40 seconds. The winner gets a, yeah, it's slowly coming over time. So my next goal is now that I have the maps properties on there, Seg, I'm now going to work on the track editor right now I've just been adding buttons onto it. I haven't really cared about the UI too much, but now I'm going to work on making that UI look nice. The reason why is to list the product on Steam, you have to have real in-game footage and stuff like that. So that's my last big blocker to list it on Steam. I want to make the track editor look nice now that I got most of the functionality. So I'm going to make it look nice, and then I'm going to take all my screenshots. I'm going to do a 2-minute trailer or something like that, and then I'm going to list it on Steam. It'll just say it's coming, right? Coming soon. And folks can wish list it and stuff like that. But I just want to have the track editor looking a little bit nicer. I've implemented the mini map. Let's see here. There's the mini map. So you can view it from this angle here. You can barely see the cars moving, but you can also zoom in on the cars, and it'll follow along. So you can kind of see the mini map. I don't know if you know this. There is a first person mode, and we can go look at different people. Third person mode. I like the mini map. The mini map, I was implemented that this week. That's one of the newer features. I got some text to fix on the leaderboard there. So some people here have longer names than I've tested with, and I need to find out what the largest is. Oops, I came back too late. Oh, I'm sorry, Commander Nibji. It's coming along. It's coming along. We'll do one more. We'll do a space one too. We'll do another space one. We'll do a space one anyway. Yeah, so Tier, you're number 19. You would have unlimited zooms right now. I can't tell who else is below it. Looks like Bite Size is in there. You can do exclamation zoom too. How do the road obstacles affect the randomizers? Well, they're just obstacles. It's not random. It is random, but it's random based upon who wins, right? So you can see how it affects. Look, they're just obstacles. They're just physics obstacles. So they just kind of slowed them down. So it helped Fixable to win this map there. Let's zoom in over here. There we go. I mean, it's just part of the randomization. The randomization is just your racer has its physics. Your racing car has its physics of how fast he's going, how good he's at making turns. And then you have the randomness of the stuff that's on the map, right? Fly over the course. Looks like we got Bush and Bite Size. You didn't finish last, just second to last. All right, so Bixable won. So give mega code to iBixable. Congrats. And we'll do one more map. We'll do a space map. New game. Space. And I need to get a couple more good space maps. I haven't worked on this one a lot. We'll do debris. Start. All right. Exclamation frenzy to get in. Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. My goal is to get the track editor looking nice now. And then I will work on my Steam listing. I got the game names reserved. The game name is reserved, but Looks like your long name fixed didn't whatever was in the 7th didn't display. Well, that's because I haven't put it in yet, Ark. I haven't coded since we played this. Now that'll be something I'll work on in sometime in the future. Yeah. I haven't decided what I want to do with the code, but maybe we'll see. Maybe we could share some of it. I just haven't decided what I want to do with it. I highly doubt I want to open source it. So then I have to think about how I want to manage that. But I can give you a peek here. I can give you a peek. I keep everything in GitHub. So I have 3 repos for this. I have, actually, let's do this. Repositories, ViewerFrenzy. So this is the Unity game. This is the admin site. This is the main site that everybody goes to set their vehicles and stuff. And then this is a special streamer one that streamers can do. No, I will fix it. I mean, I haven't coded at all. I've been busy chit-chat. So this is the Unity game. And so, let's see here. Assets, project, scripts. And so you can see how they're organized. So the self-authentication part, this here handles all the racer and stuff. And like this is like one of the main ones. So this handles the actual racer, how fast he goes, what he's doing and stuff like that, so forth and so on. It's all just C# though, right? These all show the properties up in Unity. These are the default values, and then the values are what shows up in the admin site and on the map with the same text that's on here. So this text here, what drives both Unity showing this text, and also drives what the game itself displays. But yeah, quite a bit to it. You know, this one, the garage is overtaken on the website and whatnot. Let's go back. All right, we are going to play some Star Citizen today, I promise. But if you had questions and stuff and you want to see some things, I just don't know about sharing the whole thing like as is. Because, you know, this is going to be a commercial product. Oh, did I join? Let me make sure I joined. I haven't even started the countdown timer yet. There we go. But yeah, I got some architecture diagrams too. The 4 pieces I got are the Unity game, the admin site, the ViewerFrenzy front-facing site, and then the streamer site. And then I want to do a Twitch component too. So, you know, like Tangia and stuff like that, they got like little Twitch components. I want to have some Twitch components in there. He's so excited that he just followed you on GitHub. Well, he's welcome to. In case I accidentally make one available. All right, 18 seconds to get in. 13 seconds. Oh, we got Zoo in the house. 4 races, no wins. 6 is still off the snide. I think sometimes I might be surrounded. You might be. Hey, Hobbit, I got news for you. If you love The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, kind of a nerd too. If you liked them before the movies too. If you were into it before the movies, you're absolutely a nerd. Just an FYI. Oh, let's get our map out. So let's see what it looks like here. So our mini map. So there's the full version of the map, and then zoomed in on the racers. I see Yuri must have changed his. He got rid of his big vehicle. Okay, but in my offense, I didn't have friends. I had books. Well, that makes you even more of a nerd. I read all the books too. I read all the books before the movies. Or at least the new movies, not the cartoon. Cartoon came out in the early 70s. But I don't have the background right. This is just the first iteration of the mini map. I'm not too sure what I want to do. And you don't have to keep it. If the streamer doesn't want to show it, he can do that. All right, let's get out in the middle of the pack here. There we go. And I'm trying to think. I'm probably going to try to display the names on here. But then I can see it. Just the problem is there's only so much real estate, and I feel like I'm eating the real estate up already. Just gotta think about this, because if I make this smaller, then it becomes even less useful. But it does give you a little bit of feel for where you're at in the map. But we are coming around the bend here. All right, let's zoom down here at the end. So we can see people coming in. All right, now if you got to zoom, now's the time to do it. One time, you can only zoom once bite size unless you're in the bottom 10%. So see this line over here? Those people have unlimited zoom while they're in last place. I see Yuri's timed it right. So if you're in the bottom 10%, you have unlimited zooms. But you only get one zoom. See, I could have zoomed as much as I wanted. I was in last. So I think the game's coming along great. And I got lots of ideas. That's what I said. I wrote down yesterday. And I'm going to do this one. I have to do this one. I just don't know if it'll be this year or next year or when I'm going to do it. Give mega code at Yuri. But what I thought of while I was watching your stream, because again I was thinking of that Lord of the Rings quest, is I just thought it would be great to have a halfling race. I don't know the bottom 10% zoom is working. I used it when it was below 10%, but I couldn't use it again. It might not be Squidbilly. That's been real hard to test. So I'm gonna have to get some logs going on that. You might be right. It might not be working. It's because it's been hard. It's hard for me to test that feature. But I have some ways to get into it. But what I want to do is have a hobbit or a halfling. Hobbits I won't be able to do. They'll have to call them halflings. But they'll be racing, and what they're going to do is they're going to go from pub to pub. So it'll be about 4 or 5 pubs on a map. And they're going to race. They're going to go to the first pub. Yes, that's correct. Now they're supposed to. Yeah, as soon as you zoom above it, then you're not in the bottom 10%. They're going to go to the first pub or tavern, and then they have to drink a mug of beer. You have to drink a mug of beer, and then they're going to go to the next pub. And now what I want them to do is I want them to get more drunk as they're going along. So they're stumbling and falling down and throwing up and stuff like that. That's going to be a challenge for me. That's going to take some time to work on. Hey, Chip. But I just think that's going to be so cool. I think that'll be a cool thing to work on. So yeah, ViewerFrenzy's coming along pretty good.
Game and everything to do with questions like, did he steal?
You end up waking up in the random place without your pants on. What I remember, it's been so long, literally bite size. It's been years, a decade or longer since I've done that quest. What I do remember is your screen getting like dimmer and harder to see, and you're kind of wobbling and stuff like that. Like the quest actually got hard. That's the only thing that I kind of vaguely remember about it.
Money? Who did he steal money from? How much money did he steal? These are all questions that you get at the end of the fucking Kickstarter MMO range.
Twitch is allowing custom badges for streamer held events. You could do a fun pub crawl one. But yeah, there's a whole knowledge base article, Squidbilly, about what you can do with their branding and how you can use it. That happened too, but you get a beer that blacks you out. You woke up in a ton of sparks. Yeah, it's literally been years.
So basically,
well, see, I don't know how I could end up in the Misty Mountains because the Shire Tavern quest, like that's early on. Like you don't even have that available. At least when I played it, the Misty Mountains wouldn't have been even available to wake up to. Like it was much farther down the game. That might have been something maybe they added later on. I don't know.
The news here from Nephis' channel is that Jason Karamanis was involved in the initial funding as a creditor, I believe is the technical term, for Ashes of Creation all the way back in like 2015, 2017, something like that, which obviously was at the very beginning of the inception of the game. And also at a time when Stephen was telling people, there's nobody, it's just me. You know, I'm the only person, nobody owns. I'm
debating if I watch this just because I feel I've covered these details. So I think I am going to skip this. I've given you all the highlights. But there's definitely
there's no board. There's no.
But I feel this is just going to be a repeat of what I've already said. All right, so I need to get my Hawaiian shirts. I need to collect the rest of them. I got one. And I thought I'd do it in a fun way. It's a holiday event pub crawl thing. Yeah. You're talking about a real life holiday event pub crawl thing. Thank you for filling us industry gossip and showing us a new game. What good timing we had. Well, if you come in about 10 minutes earlier, then you would have got the whole gossip on it. There was just kind of new stuff. But anytime. Oh, and I need to add Sigelian to my... I thought I had you on there. Maybe I misspelled the name. Did I misspell the name? So the way my shout-outs work, Seg, is... again, another repo here. So I have my stream and repo. And I just have a CSV file. I thought you were on it. Should be under walk-ups. Where are my walk-ups? Break videos, giveaway, merchandise, OBS. Here it is, walk-ups. Here we go. Template. There we go. So did I not have you on here? No, I did not. All right, let's add you to this. All right, so it'll automatically give you shout-outs next time. There we go. There. Been officially added to the list. Thought I added you, though. That's really weird. And then I just should show that. There it is. Added Seg to shout-out list. Bada boom, bada bing. I thought about doing some coding streams, and I did some early on before Hurricane Elaine, but I'm a get focused and focus on what I'm doing, and I can't multitask at all. And streaming, while for me doing that kind of stuff, it's very difficult. And then I wouldn't get anything accomplished. Yeah. Who's got a good server? But they got a good low pop server here. Let's our people. Let's up this. Got a good server. Holy smokes! Dr. Metropolis, you got a brand spanking new server. How did you do this? I think that's the lowest I've ever seen. 21 people on this server. It's incredible. This better have 30 FPS. Amazing. You there, Dr. Metropolis? How'd you get this fancy server? All shiny. Paint's still good looking. Where were you with that luck last night? Our server's horrific. Well, we don't know if the server's any good. We just know there's only 21 people. I had 8 pop the other day. Did you really, Luke Goblin? Wow. That's incredible. Did they rename them? Well, I know they went away from. They used to just tell you the AWS like server name, like the name was based upon the region and everything. And I think they've just randomized the name so you didn't have a feel for what the actual server was, which is what you should do. You really shouldn't be telling exactly where the location of a particular server is and stuff like that. But they still tell you though. So this is an EU server. It's in EU West 1, which I think EU West 1 is Dublin. It's either Dublin or London. So they're over AW EU West 1. I think that is Dublin. Yeah, Dublin. There, I just saw it. Yeah, it's in Ireland. That's Dublin. So EU West 1 is Dublin. I know that because we have servers. We got in our work. We got servers. We got servers in all over AWS. US East 1, US East 2, Canada, Ireland, London, Frankfurt, Sydney, and Melbourne, and I think we have one somewhere else. We did get Todd done for the cargo missions for the event. It was too painful watching him try to do cargo on his stream. Yeah, I know. I saw that. You can tell he doesn't do cargo a lot. He was literally, I was sitting there watching him. I was watching Todd Fox get a box in the middle of the C2, tractor it to the edge of the C2, but then walk down the ramp to the C2 and then let the box go, and then walk back up the ramp of the C2, go get another box, and walk down the ramp of the C2. And it was just as painful as you could be to watch that happen. So we got paints to look at, guys. I haven't looked at any of this stuff. We got paints to look at. So let's see what the default moth paint looks like.
Vehicle retrieval system.
So we are going to use the moth today, but we're not going to use it the way everybody else is. And so what I think I'm going to do is I want to create a page on Old Man Observer that has the current paints for the year, because I want to conclude to the Worst in Show again this year. But I think what I want to do is I want to add a page that people that log into the portal, they can like just down, either give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And I'll use that, so I'll do that throughout the year. So I want to get all the current paints that are available. That's been since December. I don't include any December paints. Best way to greet industrial players: slowly move your cargo haul.
Please visit us again.
But yeah, I want to do basically. I want to get a website that allows people to vote on the paints, and then we'll do that'll determine the final 32 for the end of the year. Even worse is not using the Atlas efficiently. Yes. But watching him walk that box up and down the C2 ramp for this, I was like, man, this is painful. Oh, you know what? We need to get our golf cart out. See, this hanger ain't too persistent. Didn't I have a golf cart out already? See, if this hanger was truly persistent, my golf cart would still be here. All right, we'll have to grab the golf cart next time. I said to tap Z. Yeah, it took me a minute to learn to use it, but once you learn to use the Z button on the Atlas, he's like boom, 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 boom. All right, so this is the standard Argo oranges paint, and then we'll go look at the other one. So how do you get in this thing? Hey, Cleo, it's going well, man. We've been, I somehow managed, I just fired up Star Citizen. So I managed to talk about things other than Star Citizen for 1 hour and about 35 minutes. Which is pretty good. And I actually could have talked more. I could have talked a lot more Ashes of Creation. So is the layout pretty much the same as the, what is it, the mole? I have a mole, I just haven't used it too much. That's going to be one of these confusing ones. I shot someone when they argued with me about it, and then 20 minutes later they're like, oh, I was holding Z. So my only reply was to shoot him for arguing with me. All right, so how do we get to... Where do we go? All right, so this goes down. Does it go anywhere else? No, it does not go. We got a ladder here. Where does this take us? Anywhere? Are doors just not opening? Hey, Red, what's going on? All right, where is the cockpit here? The cockpit over here? We got a bunk bed. All right. Oh, that's a toilet. Where is the cockpit? Was that it up over here? Okay, so this reminds me. I think this. So, yeah. Aha! Here we go. All right, so we got paints to look at. We got to decide what paint we like. I do believe one of the most important things you can do to have a successful stream and a successful game session in Star Citizen is to pick the right paint. If you do not have the correct paint, you will not have a good Star Citizen session. This is all right. I thought, honestly, I thought this was going to be all orange. I thought, or is this not the default paint? Because I got the Warbond version. So does it come with a paint already on it? You can see the external grid there. It's okay. We'll see what the others are like. All right, so that's the first paint. paint number 1. All right, so one of the things I hate about this ship is how long it takes to get in and out of the cockpit. And that's the same thing I hated about the bowl too. Like, what's the most efficient way to get in and out? That's the time limited one. Okay, so that's all right. We'll see what it says on there. Oh shit, what's going on? So we gotta go up. We gotta go 1 elevator, 1 ladder, and walk down a hall and open up the door. All right, so we'll go see what the next one is. So what is the golf cart? It's the PTU, the PTV. Is that the golf cart? I want to bring that up so I can save myself some time here. Well, that's the only bad thing about having these extra large hangers. PTV, all right. That's what I thought. Let's bring him up. PTV. Oh, unknown. Ooh, stored. That was, so this is it. This guy should be in my hanger somewhere, is he not? See, this is where this game, you know, if they want to get away from wiping people's stuff out, persistence has got to work. And my PTV should either already be at that end there or that end over there. It should be, the PTV should be there, or it should be over here. Over here. And it's not. So the persistence is just not working, at least for vehicles.
Welcome.
So why do we get the PTV out? It's because when we keep bringing it up and down to go get a, to go look at the paint, it saves us a little bit of time from having to walk. All right. I like the persistent hanger in your home hanger. Well, this is my home hanger. That's just it. So when the Hermes came out, which was in the 4.6 patch, Archangel, we looked at all the Hermes paint. So that's when I pulled up the PTV then, and I had it off to the side. Did you say have a bug where you can only drive the PTV in reverse? Yeah, it's definitely a buggy vehicle. That I do know. All right, so let's set up paint. Let's go see here. Argo Moth. Is Moth not the dumbest name ever? Is there a worse named ship than the Moth? So, okay, that was the Juniper. Well, let's look at the default paint then, just to get it off the list. So that was the Juniper. Should have been named a Small. It was funny, and I need to bring this up. There was a article that I was reading about Xbox. So the Microsoft marketing team said Xbox is stupid before Xbox was out. And they were telling the internal folks, Xbox is a stupid name. And everybody was like, no, the name's fine. And so they did a poll amongst a bunch of people, and Xbox ended up winning. And so again, the marketing team just not knowing what they don't know. And that's what I'm trying to say. So it's an acronym. And I need to pull up the list of the names. The Halo name's good. The list of the names that they were considering for the Xbox, they're all acronyms, and they're just the dumbest names possible. And they thought those were all better than Xbox. I'll bring you up the list. I'll bring you up the list when we're on some downtime here. Bring up the vehicles up and down. But they're just, it's like, and the funny thing is the marketing folks didn't think Xbox was any good. It's 1,000 times better than any of the other stuff they were considering. Updated Drake Caterpillar, my new Drake Butterfly with Star Kit paint. Ooh, nice.
Welcome to the ASOP.
All right, so we changed the paint. So this is the default paint. We're gonna see what he looks like. Golf cart. Aren't you cute? Isn't he so cute? I think it's a PTV paints. The X in the box is just sourdough. Well, the X is from back in the day. You know, everything is Copilot this and Copilot that. Back in the excuse me, they were all DirectX this, DirectX that, because that was their graphical layer, and it's really, really good. And they still obviously have it, but there was a big marketing push for that. And so that's where the Xbox comes from, is the DirectX side. But next time we lower the Moth, I'll bring up the list they were considering. I should have that email. Let's see if I can find that email. Xbox. From me, I sent it to me. So I thought from oh. Oh, I thought I sent myself that. Or did I put it somewhere else? Oh, I think I put it in my Discord. Hey, Texas Horny Toe, what's going on? We're checking out all the Moth paints. We got to decide what paint we want to use. You got to decide what paint we... Ooh, can I get on this one? Can I get in here quickly? Hey, thanks for the sub, Texas. Thank you, thank you. Can I get in here quickly? Because this would save me time if I could get in here. I have to get in the ship, I guess. Nope, I guess not. I went with the white and orange paint, did you? All right. Well, I consider this one of the most important decisions. The wrong paint can make or break your game session. Can absolutely make or break it. So we got to spend the time to look at them all and decide which ones we like. Come on, up. But yeah, you know, the Xbox names, they were all acronyms. And they were just dumb as could be. I wish the paints went inside the ships too. Yeah, that would be cool to do the interiors. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, I got turned around. So this one's just going to be the standard orange, but we have to look at it. Got to give it a look-see. Oh. Blue? So I took the paint off. So is this the default paint? Looks like shit. I mean, those don't match, do they? Do they match? I mean, on a Hawaiian shirt on a beach somewhere, maybe? On an industrial ship? No. No. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, not going with that one. As they say in Germany, 9. No. No paint. The fins up. That's a Miami Dolphin ship. I guess that is a Miami Dolphin ship. Well, I said that those colors go well on a beach somewhere, right? On a Hawaiian shirt and a beach. I just don't think it goes well on an industrial ship. It's literally what I said. So I was right. I didn't even think that was the Dolphins' colors, but it is. All right, rent our vehicle and golf cart on over to here. Kiosk. We'll go over here since we got this. We don't need to go on the side. We can head on over to here. Who's got plans for Valentine's Day? Anybody? We got dinner plans. Get us a nice dinner. Wrap up around 3 or 4. No later than 4. All right, so that one's no good. No good.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
I wish you could click this button and it would show what was on the actual, what was in the hangar. Does it count if it's just hangouts with the kitty? It does count. You can have Valentine's plans that's hang out with the kitties. You absolutely can. Let's see here. I'll find that article. Where did I put that maybe? Let's see here. Where did I put you? I wanted to show it. Going to Putt Sack with my wife. Big indoor putt shack. That's cool. Big indoor arcade putt facility. We got a place that's opened up near us. That's apparently it's a putt place that was designed by Tiger Woods, and it's really cool. God, what's that putt? Pop stroke, and it's designed by Tiger Woods. And one side's really hard, meaning the balls always end up in the sand and whatnot. But that's pretty cool. It's a little far. We can go from time to time, but it's a little bit of a drive from here. Let's see here. We want to do vehicles. Moth. Where are you at? Moth. All right. So we've seen the default paint. We've seen the juniper paint. Let's do the dolomite. So why can't they just have? I guess this is the only one that seems like it's got a solid color. We're gonna have to take our arms off too to see the last one. All right. So this one is the dolomite. That's equipped him. But it's like they gotta throw that orange on every one.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Oh, there we are.
Your vehicle.
Maybe I can Google it. Reddit, Xbox, marketing names. Can't find this article. Thought I sent it to myself. Can't find it. They're just terrible. I thought of this completely. Like, it reminded me of the MOTH. Like, though they came up with the MOTH because it made an acronym. It's like, just because you get an acronym doesn't make it like a good name. What was that thing? Gopher. Gopher is what I wanted. I thought Gopher was cool. I think Gopher would have been better. But MOTH? MOTH don't sound industrial. Gophers are industrial. Moths are not. One's looking pretty sharp. It's got that orange. I can see that orange in there. Where's the elevator? Where are you? There you are. Alright, that's under here. Only this went all the way up. Is there any reason they can't have this go all the way up? Ladder. Alright, then down here. Yeah, this is, and what do y'all think about? Once again, they do another ship. They make it just different enough to go, well, you can't use the mule paints on here. We can't use the moth paints on the mules. Blah, blah, blah. If they wanted to, they could have made it happen. It's okay. Not excited. Those missiles up top. Like, I mean, to me, if you're under fire and you're in a moth, if you're actually under fire from a pirate and they want to get you, I mean, it's just going to be tough for you, right? It's like, why have any weapons? Look at those missiles up top. I like it. I mean, I'm not unhappy with any of them. I don't see any that I would put in worse than show at this time. Like, some of them you look at them and go, oh, that's just ugly. Like, these so far haven't been awful. They haven't been exciting. How exciting can you get? This looks like Dance Dance Revolution. Boop, 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 boop. The cotton pass. Dance, dance, dance. Like, what are those little round things? Where's our golf cart? There you see. You go. Go. See, it's really weird. I can't go forward. Once I turn one time, then I can go forward. The PTB is definitely buggy. I have to turn once, and then I can move forward. Alrighty. What do we got here? I'm a bit disappointed, not gonna lie. Those paints for the mole should be usable. If they're adding in more points, paints, then that would mean you could have more paints. Well, exactly, that's the point. They want to sell you, they want you to buy, you know, they don't want you reusing paints across vehicles and stuff. They want you to buy a paint. And it's just, I don't know, I just think it's cheesy.
Your vehicle has been moved to a storage facility.
We're gonna hydrate. In fact, I was actually gonna do it right now. I was actually gonna do it right now. I'm gonna get it over with. Alright, let's drink, you drink. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Yeah, I will. I'm going to, but he needed to hydrate anyway. I got my water right there, but I wanted to get him hydrated before I forget. Like this guy here, he'll literally die within minutes. I'm not going to die in the next minute. Uh-oh, I can't click the button. Yeah, I was going to. There we go. So I was thinking, you know, Todd Fox plays a lot of this game, assuming how the game's going to play when it's live. And I kind of agree with that, because it doesn't do any good to get used to systems that aren't going to be there. So I'm kind of tempted to quit taking advantage of this unlimited drink glitch. And maybe just kind of have foods and drinks on me and use it one time and get rid of them. Oh, I got to change the paint. What paint are we going to get here? So I'm thinking about maybe starting to do that as well. And not take advantage of a glitch we know is not going to always exist. Well, do we know that? I mean, I can't imagine 1.0 of Star Citizen not having bugs. And you know, at some point in time, they got to prioritize what things they're going to fix and not fix. And I can see them not fixing that, at least not for 1.0. All right, so this is the Love Struck paint. Whoop, Tim. This is the... I did grab the Love Struck paint pack, although I'm not going to look at all those paints today. We might do that somewhat tomorrow. Although this would be the day to do it. But I do want to take the mole out a little, the moth out a little bit. There he is, moth. Retrieve.
Yes, your vehicle has been delivered to the following locations. Please visit us again.
I must have a moth. Do I have two moths?
Welcome
Is that what I saw?
to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
No, I only have one.
Please visit us again.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing more of that play style. I just wish things are more persistent. I mean, the reason why I kind of take advantage of this is because I buy these drinks every patch, and the new patch comes out and I lose all my drinks. If I didn't lose all my drinks, then maybe I would try to use them the way you're supposed to. More food. But they need to get to a point where they don't wipe their stuff out every patch. Like, just don't wipe stuff out. Just keep stuff where they are. And I don't know if it'll be this year, but they need to get to that point. Like, when they get crafted in base building, when they get base building in, they got to stop with the wipes. Unless they absolutely need to. Stuff just needs to stay where it is. I mean, if I spend the time, I'm not going to want to decorate my base. If I put a drink, if I get a fridge and I put a bunch of drinks in my fridge, if I'm going to lose all those drinks. Hey, Northern Tech Hermit, what's going on? We're checking out all the new paints for the moth so that we can decide which one we want to use. Oh, wrong side. Wrong side. Yep. But we're not going salvaging with. I have different plans for the moth. Hey, Attack Cat. 07s. 07s. we're working on very important gameplay here. We are working on picking out the paint that we want for the mod. If you don't have the right paint, the gameplay won't work. I truly believe in that. You'll get desyncs and everything. What? You're not looking forward to build a new base every 6 to 8 weeks for the next 2 years? No, I'm not, Yuri. But it's not even that. Like, I can see them saying, oh, okay, the base stays, but they still lose ammo. You still lose all this stuff. Or worse yet, you put your stuff in your locker, your armor, your guns, and then they put everything back to your home hangar. Hey, Cruz. I haven't started yet. We're going to be working on that. We got to decide what paints that we want on the moth first. So we are taking the moth out for Hawaiian shirt hunting, but I'm going to do it a little bit different than most. I kind of like this. It's not like bright pink or purple. I kind of dig this metallic. This is kind of cool. But we're going to be doing this soon. So yeah, so they get face building in. They got to stop with the wipes. Yeah, the metallic is they cannot implement base building and blow your shit up every 2 months. The Throb paint a lot. The Threat Rob. Yeah, this one's I'm digging this one. A lot of times these Valentine's paints and stuff, they're kind of meh. This one's pretty sharp. I'm liking the overall look, and there's no orange on it. Liking the back. This one's a good one. I like this one. So if you go with the premise that they're not going to be so stupid to wipe everybody's bases out, well, then you have to let them keep the stuff they have in their base. Still orange in the inside. Yeah, the insides don't change. Yeah, I know it does suck. But that would be cool. I mean, they need to do that. When you get a ship exterior, you can do the ship interior too. I mean, that's one of the things, like Stars Reach, you can build bases and stuff, but they're doing so many wipes. They're not, I should read up that on the Stars Reach stuff too. We'll do that. We'll do that on the next hangar move. So both, it's interesting because of the Ashes of Creation stuff. I love the Pirate Caterpillar. The Pirate Caterpillar is one of my favorite ships in the whole game. So because of all the drama with Ashes of Creation, both Packs a Day and Stars Reach put they made statements out, and I wanted to read both of them. We'll do the Stars Reach one first, just because it's shorter.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Off and off. Oh. See, if I was designing this, I mean, I would have at least the ship you have up in the hangar listed up top. And I would also include, the thing is the ship that's actually in the hangar doesn't include in this list. But the ship, if you physically have a ship here, then it would be first in the list. Like if it's out there in the hangar. Rebuilding my streak up. Yeah, don't you hate it when you lose them? But yeah, we're gonna do. Let me find the Stars Reach. All right, I got it ready. All right. Let me get the paint selected and I'll do it. So that's the Stars Reach. Vehicle. Moth. Where are you at, Moth? Where are the Hawaiian shirts that starts located? Is it from a mission? I have seen them picked up from 2 places. It's probably more. I grabbed mine from the one that I get. I found it at Hathor. And I saw Expat grab one from the distribution centers. So I'm pretty sure you could probably pick them up from QVC sites, distribution centers, Hathor, any place that's got regular closed loot boxes, I imagine, would be my guess. I don't know. All right, so I got that one. All right, let's check out the Rockwell. Tim. This one, Rockwell, might be pretty cool. bring him up.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Tree.
Your vehicle, please visit us.
All right, so this one, I just think that this one isn't necessarily because of the this one wasn't because of Ashes of Creation. I think they just had to. This is something they had to do, because I wanted to start to talk about Stars Reach a little bit here, but I thought it'd be good to read this too. This week, and this is Ralph Koster. He's the CEO and owner of Stars Playable Worlds, which is building Stars Reach. He's also the guy behind the brain behind Star Wars Galaxies and a lot of the systems in Ultima Online. This week, I made the very difficult decision to reorganize our team. I don't like this wording because that's not what he did, but I guess he tried to stay. He tried to be positive on this note as much as possible. Building ambitious online worlds is never a straight line. MMOs they're the hardest. Timelines change. We have to make hard choices to ensure there's a sustainable path to delivering Stars Reach for the long term. After exploring every alternative available to us, we concluded this step was necessary to stay true to the trust players have placed in us. The people affected by this decision are extraordinarily talented developers and deeply good humans. So they've clearly let people go. So it's not a reorg. They've let people go. Their creativity, care, and dedication are woven into the fabric of the universe we're building, and we're profoundly grateful for everything they've contributed. Our focus right now is supporting them from the transition and doing what we can to help them land on their feet. So they don't go outright and say it. They use the word reorganize, people affected, but they clearly have been let go. As we continue forward, I'll be more directly involved in leading development alongside the team. So it sounds like he wants to get back to hands-on, which I think it would be good. Ralph is very good in terms of designing the kind of systems I like to play. Our previously posted roadmap priorities remain intact, and as always, we keep the community informed of any changes to the plan. This is a heavy moment for our studio. We don't take it lightly, and I'm truly sorry for the impact this has had on the people we care deeply about. You know, you build these relationships with these people. You work closely with them. You know, there's been a few times I've had to let people go that I've worked with. And they're never easy. They're never easy. Except for there's one guy that I had to let go, and oh god, he was just terrible, and he had to go. This is a heavy moment for our studio. We don't take it lightly, and I'm truly sorry. Oh, I read that. At the same time, we remain committed to building something special and having the community along for the journey. Thank you for continued support, Ralph Koster. And then he followed up with a few quick answers. Is Stars Reach still happening? Yes, Stars Reach is still very much in development. But here's one of the things, we let people go in the least crappy way possible. Well, yeah, and that's just it. So I was going to say is, and that's all the investors of Ashes of Creation wanted to do. It's like, hey, we want to move forward with this. We think it's going to make money. We believe in the product, but you can't just burn money every month. And so you just have to look at your costs. It's like, even when I'm building my game, I'd love to bring some people in and do some things, but I can't, right? I gotta get the product out. I gotta get focused on an MVP. And I can't imagine what it's like for a company of this size. You know, they're just a small company, whatnot. Or I can look at it from like projects we have in work. We can't like put 1,000 developers on our projects. We have a budget for the projects that we're doing. And to me, that just says they're still trying to develop the game and get it out. They just have to stay. They have to be realistic in terms of developing an MMO is expensive. It's very, very expensive. And all GTA will probably say they're not building an MMO. At the end of the day, they're building an MMO, just a slightly different way. It's not that everybody's in the same world at the same time, but they have to support thousands and thousands of people online at the same time. You know, they're all their instances, but those cost money. Does this delay release the game? Well, it doesn't. They're basically what they say here is it doesn't delay the release because we never said when it was going to release. We haven't announced any release dates yet. Our focus is making sure we deliver the game in a way that honors the trust players have placed in us rather than rushing and making commitments before they're ready. And the game is still very much alpha. I know the way it goes. I know the routine, and it still blows. Yeah. I mean, the game is very much an alpha. The reason why you don't see me playing it much is not because I don't want to play it, is it's changing so much, and I needed to slow down just a little bit. I needed to have 24/7 servers, which is, those are going to be expensive. And they don't have to be 24/7 servers. They can have them, make them Friday through Sunday servers. but they just and the development is picking up so much fast. I just needed to slow down a little bit. I need to be further along. No, it's the scope of the game changing. No, the shape of Star's Reach isn't changing, but how when pieces come online will continue to evolve, as they always have. We track that openly on our living roadmap, which reflects what's in progress, what's next, and what's being evaluated. Will Kickstarter rewards still be honored? And I did Kickstarter this game. Yes, Kickstarter rewards remain part of what we're building towards. What timelines can evolve. The commitments themselves haven't changed, and we'll continue sharing updates as work progress. Our playtests continuing. Yes, playtests are continuing. The community development remains a core part of the development. And I think you have to. They're at the point to where they need this player feedback, and they need to see people in the world, because they're having sessions. And I don't know if this somewhat triggered it, but I've seen the last couple of sessions where they had to like stop the session because the servers are so unstable. So with MMOs, you got to get people hitting those servers to truly find the bugs. We'll continue to share playtest schedules and details. So yeah, that's some news on Star's Reach. Now, PAX Day did a similar one, but there's a little bit different. There's a little bit longer. Let's go check out this next paint. We'll bring up what PAX Day said too. So what I was saying is I don't want to get, I have certain characters I want to play and things I want to do, and some of their systems in PAX Day or Star's Reach aren't far enough along for me. And I love the world where you can just terraform the world. But what ends up happening is every world ends up looking like shit. Like it doesn't look fun because everybody's terraformed the world. And with the graphics the way that the graphics are not one of the positive aspects of Star Reach. I like the gameplay. I like what they want to do from a gameplay standpoint. But the graphics for me too, I will say this, they don't make me exciting. And so then when you throw in the graphics at the state that they are, you throw that in on top of the world's being munched up and grounded and made ugly, it's actually a put off playing it. So I need the systems in place. I need the being able to haul cargo. I need to spend the time to go to a world and get a bunch of cargo and haul it to somewhere else and make money and profit on it. I need to be able to craft some cool stuff. I need a huge, cool crafting tree. Those are things Star Wars Galaxies have. So for me at least, their development's moving along fast, but they're still a while away. Yeah, Fortnite, yeah. And it's just, it's a big downplay. I even told him, I got feedback. I said, it's like, there's a lot of people excited for what you're trying to build, but a lot of those people, the graphics just make them go no right off the bat. PAX Day is just an absolutely gorgeous. This is a great paint too. This is solid. This is basically like the Valentine's paint, except for instead of just the back being that color, the whole ship is that color. So this one's pretty good too. This one's pretty good. This is a solid. I can do that one. So yeah, it looks like Star's Reach is. I think the development's still going to take longer than they realized. Developing MMOs are hard, and here's the other thing too: is they have a very interesting architecture. And I wonder if some of the technical problems they've had is related to that. And there may take a lot of optimizing on that end. I wonder if the PAX Day stuff. I know it's posted in the Discord. I have it on my Discord. I wonder if there's a webpage I can bring it up. I wonder if that's under the news section. Oh, didn't mean to hit that. There we go. On over here. Yeah. Nice parking job. Great A. But I mean, Star Wars Galaxy is just my favorite game of all time. MMO. I loved it. Not my favorite game of all time, but my favorite. But it had just an incredible resource gathering mechanism and an incredible crafting system and a great market concept. Just loved it. And that's what they want to do for Stars Reach. But there's something about Stars Reach that doesn't quite have that Star Wars Galaxies feels yet. I don't feel the non-combat part of the game yet. I don't feel it. And to be honest, really not a fan of the building system. I know people create some buildings and stuff, but I'm just, after you've done a building system like PAX Day, it makes Stars Reach building look man. But I can get over that if the crafting is really cool and the merchant system and stuff like that are really, really cool. All right, what's our next paint here? Is it down yet? F2. Vehicle. MOTH. There we go. Sundial. Then I'll have to take my thing off next. More orange. Can't believe it. More orange. Amazing. So, you want some orange? Let's put some orange in your orange.
The ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And a retrieval.
Your vehicle has been to the phase.
All right, let's see if I can find PAX Day. I have a news section here. News. Future of PAX Day. Here we go. We'll bring this up too. But these are smart things. I mean, building MMOs are hard. But there are paths to where you can be prudent financially if you don't have unlimited funds, like your Star Citizen. Not that Star Citizen has unlimited funds, but they have a lot of funds. Ship. Alright, so by the time I get into the ship and stuff, it should be close. Ads over. We'll wait. We'll give people that aren't ads, we'll give them a chance to see the ship colors. Elevator. All right. I don't know if it's going to be any different than the standard paint. Yeah. It's like, this is what they did. Hold on, let me move this over. This is what they did. They said, we have 2 paints for the MOTH. We already have the orange from the mole, but we are going to tell them they are different ships anyway. And they said, let's get this, let's get a gunmetal. Let's add a gunmetal paint. But let's not sell 2 paints. Let's sell variations of the same paints. So they got one, and they got one full gunmetal. They got one full orange. They got one that's half gunmetal, and half orange. So by taking, they already had one paint. Don't tell me they didn't have this paint. They basically had it. And then they added the gunmetal, and they created more paints out of it. So what they're doing here, I realize what they're doing now is they're taking full body plates, and they're saying, well, if we can chop them up too, then we can sell a 4 or 5 paint pack. Because some people will go, well, I just want all the paints. Let me go buy the paint pack, even though they're all variations of the same thing. Like so far, I haven't really seen a lot of different paints. I mean, the Heartthrob one, or whatever they call the Valentine's one, that one was at least different. These are just the same paint chopped up in different sections on the ship so far. I haven't seen a lot of different paints. So that's what they're doing now, is they're taking paints and they're like, well, let's just kind of chop them up a little bit, then we can have more paints to sell. And then the paint pack will be worth more because there's more paints. All right, let's go down. The trick's on them. When I buy the paint packs, because I don't know what paint I want, I use the store credit. I rotate those around for the paint packs. I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't hate the paint, but you can tell that's what they're doing. They had a full gunmetal, they had an orange one, and they just created a third paint by taking half the ship with one paint and the other half of the ship with the other paint, and they came up with a third paint with like zero effort. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing this is uploading a logo on the ViewerFrenzy, and then you can put that on your car. It won't be easy to see on the maps, but like when you win and it shows your car and stuff, then it should be very, very visible.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
All right, let's see here. MOTH. So I'm not impressed with this. Taking 2 paints and making 3 paints out of it. It's like they're not trying to design some cool paints. They're like, how many paints can we get out of these colors? We need more paints. Need more cowbell.
Again.
No, I should set an alarm. We'll set 3 o'clock so time doesn't get away from me. All right, let's see. Can't let time get away from me. Got a nice dinner planned. Let's see here. Let's do 1 to 3. Let's do 1 to 4. I have to absolutely be done by 4. All right. All right. That's my alarms. If people buy it, they'll keep selling it, and they will buy it. That's just it, Mr. Blarkin. I'm just saying they're kind of cheese, and I just dawned on me what they're doing. They've been doing it for a while. It just dawned on me what they're doing. They're literally just chopping up paints to create more paints, and so that the big paint pack is larger. And sometimes the combinations of the split paints look cool, but look at this. I mean, there's just variation. Throw in some white here. We got some orange into it. I'm surprised they don't have a full white. All right, so I need to take my arms off. I hate this. I got to take my arms off to see my thing, my Moby glass. Whoever takes to rely less on ship cells. See, I don't see it that way, Django. I just see them as getting as much cells as they can everywhere. They're not going to get to stop the ship cells. Oh, God. I think we got a worse than show contender here. I have not seen this yet, but I think we got a worse than show contender. Oh, yeah. This is definitely going to be a worse than show contender. Is it as bad as it looks? Is that like baby shit green there? Is that lime green? Oh, this is going to be awful. This is going to be bad.
An ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Your vehicle has been...
All right, so let's start to read. Here. Hey. All right. What's that? Where is Future Packs Day? Ship sales will never end. We probably never would have Star Cinema. Oh, we wouldn't. We would not. You know what happened to Ashes of Creation and what you're seeing with like Stars Reach and even Packs Day here? They have to cut staff. But because they're able to fund so much money to the game, they're able to keep their staff and even grow it and have these great artists that create all these cool stuff. I'm going to start this and then we'll take a look at the ship and we'll come back to it. Hello, Paxians. Given recent news about the MMO industry, it's completely understandable that some of you may be wondering what the future holds for PAX Day. I've always thought PAX Day wouldn't last through the year, but apparently they do have some investor fundings, and some of it's like some Riot Games. I think Riot or somebody's giving them some money to stay afloat. We've seen your questions and concern. We feel it's important to address them directly and transparently as possible, while also sharing where we're headed. So we'll come and read that. There's some cool stuff they're doing. But they definitely clarify what they're going to focus on, and they make some interesting comments about fishing. I don't consider an MMO an MMO until they have fishing. Hey, Night Hollow, 07s. Oh, this is just going to be butt ugly. We got a worse than show contender. Definitely a worse than show contender. I can see it already. Oh. Do we even have fish? Well, you're gonna see they talk about that. Space Wells and Orison. There are lakes and stuff. I mean, there are places you could fish if they added fishing into this game. They need to add fishing into this game. When they get crafting in, oh, we don't have a raffle going, Jones. But here, we'll get a raffle for you. We'll kick a raffle off. Jones tried to join a raffle. There, now you, Jones, now you can join the raffle. All right, this is just ugly, yeah. I mean, this is butt ugly, correct? This is like the ugliest thing ever. Might as well leave it orange, interior orange. Yeah, I know, Bert. I hear you. But this is definitely a worse than show contender. When I can float my ship in oceans and fish on the decks, that would be really MMO. Yes, that would be cool, Darth Wookie. I mean, the 890 jump already looks like a boat. Seattle Seahawks colors? Oh, nobody said the Seattle Seahawks colors look good. But this is ugly. Not all colors look good on all things. This is a worse than show contender, without a doubt. All right, so I think I might, it's February 14th. Hey, Jones, thanks for the follow. I think we'll go with the heartthrob, whatever one. That one looked pretty sharp. We'll do that one. It's February 14th. Oh, what were they thinking? I know, Pike. Is it not just the ugliest paint? It is a strong worse than show contender. That's for sure. Strong worse than show. Where's my golf cart? There it is. There we go. Let's join in. They all joining. I assume a lot of y'all are here for the Perseus. Fair and technically not in the game as an asset either. Go. Hate this. You got to turn before you go forward. I wonder if there's an issue cancel on that. PTB must turn before you can move forward. Yeah, I don't like how it's disappeared. It should have stayed in my hangar the whole time. General strategy. I need to go pick up one of those PTVs. I'm always out of breath running across the hangar. Yes, this is what I do. When I'm checking up paints, I always have my PTV handy because you can just zip around. All right.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Lower him.
The vehicle has been moved to a scope.
Oh, I do need to get, what's the ship? What's the car? What's the vehicle? Looks like this. Got like a flatbed in the back here. What's the vehicles like this? And there's like, I think it's 2 SU or something. We could put 2 boxes here, or maybe even 4. The Argo CSV, that's what it is. That's the vehicle I want. Build code. CSV. He's coming along for a ride.
And if your vehicle has been critical event.
All right, let's change our paint. Yeah, STV, yeah. Just saw what you said there, Bert. Let's see here. Vehicles. Aw. So we're going with the love truck, right? It's kind of cool. All right. We need some cargo. Got to get a couple cargo boxes. Get them. All right, let's see here. So, new inventory. I haven't talked about it. One of the things I don't like about I did get into the Evocati, and I did get to check out the new inventory. There was some things I like about it. It still has some of the problems that is with this one. The nice thing is it has a search, so that helps. But they still can't filter on. I need to be able to filter on heavy or a common brand or something. I don't know. You can search it, but not all these equipments have the same names across all of them. But one of the things that frustrated me was, see how it says sustenance? See when I mouse over this on the inventory now, it doesn't say sustenance. You just get the icons. And I find that less intuitive. And I kept trying to find the sustenance ones. I kept clicking on vehicles and the containers and stuff. I'm just used to seeing the word sustenance there, and I didn't like that at all. I hate that they removed the word sustenance. All right, containers, standard containers. Oh, OMO is one of them now. Yeah, I am. Well, Yuri and I both got invited. We got in. That looks exciting. So we should be getting, hopefully we get crafting this week to test. Do I have any pirate ones here? I have a 2 SU CitizenCon storage. What size is this? Is this? I want to see what this looks like. Let's grab one of those. Those. Yeah, I think I've lost my pirate ones for now. I want to see what that looks like. So yeah, they need a grid. But not a grid. They need a list view too. And I don't know who else has this, but Star Wars Galaxy Story inventory. I just remember, yeah. So Star Wars Galaxies had an inventory view as well. Like, I thought it was a lot bigger. Like it looked like this, but you could click on you can do full screen, but you can click on this and that would bring up a panel on the left-hand side. So then you can see the details about it. So you can click on an item and see it. And then there was a list view too. I don't see the button. I don't know if they're not showing it, but you can click on another button. And so instead of seeing these icons, you can do a list view. So then you could then sort on name or whatever you wanted and stuff like that. It made it so much easier. It's like, where can I find? Oh, that's not Star Wars Galaxy UI. But they need an ability to flip between the icon view and the list view. How come I'm not seeing any list views? Nobody has a screenshot of list views? List view. No. And I'm sure there's other ones on it. They need a list view. They need a list view. And the other part that was, I think they made it harder for new people. One of the other things too, and I don't know how much I can say, is you know how now you have like backpack, core, and leg, right? And you can drag stuff into it. And the new system, they replaced that with an inventory, one inventory, and then you just have toggles. You have a toggle button for all core, backpack, core, and legs. So you can click on all, and it just shows you everything in one section. You can click on backpack, and you can just see what's in backpack. You can click on core and just see what's in backpack. I think some of it was just to scale it out a little bit more. But it starts in all, and I'm not too sure this is going to be as intuitive for new players. I just don't know if it's going to be as intuitive for new players. I think it might actually be worse from a new player standpoint. For current players, the searching is nice, although there was a bug. I don't know if there was a bug or they just didn't have a way. Once we search for something, so if I search for Overlord, you can't get out of the search, meaning it then continue to search for Overlord. Like you couldn't hit something to wipe out the search. You were stuck into it. You had to back out or whatever. So how big is it? So is this must be 2 SCU. I've never seen what this looks like. This is kind of cool. Keep him. Put him over here. Put him over here. I'm gonna start doing some decorating. Need to do some decorating. All right, we'll come get him just a bit. Here. Here. Oh, we can put 4 in here. Nice. I don't need 4. I just need 2. We'll leave room for other stuff. Oh, no, come here. Yeah. Did it feel more performant or still like... The thing is, I think that's more of a symptom of the servers and how well they're doing. And it didn't take long for the servers to degrade. Like, they were slow anyway, but I think that was just more of everybody was on just the same server charge for testing. And it's hard to tell from that standpoint. Because to me, like, that inventory there was fine. Like, my inventory is fine right now, but there's times when it's not fine. And I think that's a different problem than just how the inventory looks. Like, they can write the code optimize all they want, but the server can't respond at all. It's just going to be slow. So they still have real architecture problems with Star Citizen. Yeah, well, they are, but the problem is it was just hard to tell just because the servers were so slow anyway. I eventually gave up testing because I couldn't even call a ship in a hangar anymore. Oh shit. Where's the golf cart? Dog's in there. Like, I don't want to promise that it feels snappier because to me, inventory's fine. Like I got that off. Like right now, this is snappy. Like the actual, even the old UI snappy. The problem isn't the UI. The problem is their servers don't always respond. You know how when you're playing an FPS in Star Citizen and people are jumping around? Well, it's not that FPS is broken. It's that their servers don't respond. And so, like this is responding just fine for me now. That's nothing. That's snappy. You know, drag and drop, clickety click. It works just fine right now because I'm getting. I'm at 30 FPS. There's 4 people on my server, and so what I'm trying to say is even the current UI Django is snappy. It actually is snappy. The problem isn't the UI; it's the server. So a UI framework isn't going to fix the server, if that makes sense. Like there's only 4 people literally on my server. Everything's snappy as can be. So even the new UI framework isn't going to be snappy if the servers are still shitty. The big advantage of the new UI framework right now, the only advantage of the new UI framework that I saw was you can, and I don't even know if you consider it an advantage, it's proximity. So I think within 3 meters you can see the inventory and loot from there. You can see any inventory that's local within a 3 meter range, and then searching and there's some little bit in some nuances, but otherwise it's still the big grid stuff. It's still hard for me to find all heavy armor. If I just want to look at all heavy armor, I can't do that. I still can't do that. You know, if they just had to switch me to a list view, and thanks for the follow, World Peace. Loving it. All right, let's go. Let's go fix this box over here. I don't know if he's hanging out over there. I don't know which one's my main entrance one. I need to find out which one's my main entrance. It's like people think the inventory is slow and clunky. It's not that the inventory is slow and clunky. It's the game is still slow and clunky. All right, let's rotate it around. Let's put it on. All right, there. Yeah. There we go. Oh. Hey, thanks for the follow, Supreme. Thank you, thank you. Oh, why can't I put you up against it? I guess that's about as good as I can do. Not a bounce. A little bit closer. Yeah. That's gonna be nice with base building. We get some mag locks. Things stay where they're supposed to stay. Alright, let's head all the way down to the other end now. That's where the CSV is. I mean, the searching will absolutely be nice. If you want to wear... Oh! If you want to wear all the same armor, then if they, as long as they have the same name. Alright,
Systems off. Systems activating. Systems on.
Can I get out? See if I can get out. Yeah. How do I rotate it the other way? Oh, there. Oh, should we get it now? Can I get it that way? There we go. Is there a trick to your low pop server? I was at 650 last night. The best trick you can do is to have lots of friends. Seriously. just add people, get lots of friends. And then what you can do is you can right click their name. So when you're in the main menu, you can right click their name and then you can join their server. But when you right click their name and pops up, then it tells you how many people are on their server. So that's what I did was I went to my friends list and I just right clicked on everybody. And then I saw someone that had, what did he have? 12, 17. What was it? He only had like just a few people on it. So I joined his server. We're gonna park him over here. Seriously, get friends, add randoms. The more people you have, the better chance you can get a nice low pop server. Or sometimes, if you're doing pirating, you want a high pop server. Isn't necessarily always low pop server. All right, did we change our paint? I think we did. Yeah, dang gravity. Let's see here. I think we did. I just want to make sure. Yeah, love stroke. We got love stroke set.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Three.
Vehicles have been delivered to the following visitors again.
We got all this. We got some ammo. We got weapons. Tractor attachments. What do I got on here? Tell me what I have. Okay, I got the med gun attachment. Great. All right. After 2 hours and 49 minutes, we can play the game. Actually, I still haven't read the pack state one, so we can do that. Maybe if we go in a when we get in a quantum, we can read that. I hope this fits in the cargo bay of the Argo. I don't know if it will. I didn't know it was as tall as it is. If this doesn't work, then I don't know if my plans are going to be. Well, my plans are the same. I just was going to use the mule for this for funs. Funsies. More funsies. All right. See if we get this bad boy in. I don't know if I can. Okay. For some reason, I thought this cargo bay was bigger than it is. All right. All right. Forgot how much this thing stops. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get this in or not. All right, let's see. Might be changing my plans. Well, is this the button? Oh, but maybe it'll come in from the direction. Let's see. Does a Nova tank fit in this? Can I get a Nova tank in here? You know what? I need to have a Perseus. I need to have not a Perseus, a Idris parked 10 kilometers away, load up with a bunch of Nova tanks and set my spawn there. And then just go into Hathor, just wrecking havoc on players and NPCs until they kill you, and then come in with another one, like wearing a sperm suit. Alright. Is this gonna work? Man, this thing is bouncy as fuck. Aren't you? Why is this thing so bouncy? Oh, he's not gonna fit, is he? It's those storage crates. Storage crates will block it. I can deal with that if that's the case. We can do something else with this temporarily. Here. Here. See if he fits it. Looks like it was storage crates. How's the new ship? I don't know. I haven't done much with it other than check out the paints. We're not going to do salvaging with it. Lots of people do salvaging with it. We're going to use it for something else. We're going to use the moth for what it's for. We're going to use it for finding Hawaiian shirts. Oh no! You get up on that thing. What is hitting it? Oh, not going to work. That is not going to work, is it? Oh, hey Charlie. Where's Charlie? Charlie? Yeah, we'll go. Oh, does he want to get trapped now?
Yeah.
What time is it? All right. All right, my neighbor is home. I didn't know he was going to be here. He wants to go check the crab traps. So we might have to defer this. I thought I was going to stream until about 3 or 4. All right. So, is there another vehicle that's smaller that we can get in here? So, is there a smaller vehicle that can store at least one SCU in it? Y'all help me out here. What vehicle can I put in underneath the moth? I want to get another vehicle. No, but I need one that carries a storage container. Because we're gonna go with loot goblin and stuff. The mule will fit. Where is the help card? I didn't realize this was going to be so small. I thought this looked bigger and would fit more vehicles. Man, this thing, I hate when it stops. It like stops. You know what? They designed that height is designed to keep you from putting a Ursa in it. Yeah, they're usually tallish, and that's the issue. Yeah. So, what is the smallest vehicle you can put a 1 SU container in?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. What has Hornet's not going to work. Paladin, no. CSV, that's what we have. MPU cargo. How big is this? Is this the vehicle one? How big is this? Mule and the Cyclone? What about the, is this is just as big, isn't it? What else here? I think the Cyclone would fit. I want to see if it fits. Let's see if it. I need to get that Whirlwind paint. I thought the Whirlwind paint on the Cyclone looked great. So that one, passenger one. Hey Charlie. All right, let's grab this one. Yeah, I know there's a search, but I knew it was at the bottom. Oh, it's hung up on me.
Vehicle has been moved to us. Welcome.
But I was scrolling through because I was looking to see what had like 1 or 2 cargo. That's why I was scrolling through most of it. Cyclone, delivery, back, and retrieve. This is the part where those freight elevators, they need to do small vehicles. Because now I got to pull him up. Then I got to put the moth back up. It's annoying. The cyclone works, so I'm not going to be able to do this today. My neighbor's home now, and he wants to go check the crab trap, so I'm going to go do that in a little bit. But we'll do another giveaway here. We'll give away another mega code. Cyclone Claire is one SU. Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up right now. Is a cyclone. Cyclone will work for me. What's the ground vehicle that you do mining with? That's the rock, right? I like the Cyclone. I think the Cyclone's chill. A cool vehicle. Yep. Oh, that might be too much. Let's take a risk with that. That was a big jump. Broke my legs. Large hanger. I need to get the. I love the whirlwind paint for this. I need to grab the whirlwind paint. I discovered that when I got all those paint packs for the big giveaway I was doing. That's a cooler. Cool vehicle. Yeah, I was thinking more of the vehicle, Max. Not the outlet, but that would work. That would work. What I want to do. System check. Absolutely. This is a fun vehicle. All right. Looks a little. Yeah, that's definitely shorter. Yeah, definitely shorter. I think he's just going to fit. Will he fit with a box in it? It doesn't have to fit with a box. Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to work. Perfect. And it's a cool looking vehicle.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
MOTH. There you go. Reverse him. Get him out. Turn. We're all ready. So what do you mainly do in Star Citizen? What I mainly do? I do whatever I feel like doing. Done a lot of cargo hauling. Done some salvaging. Done some mining. I mean, to me, Max, is the way that I treat this game. Here, I literally have it on my website. Games. I need to update this with some of the new stuff. Star Citizen, when it's working, is very immersive. All right, my general philosophy for MMOs and pre-alpha, alpha, beta, blah, 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 is to understand it, learn it, mechanics, and decide if it's something I would be interested upon release. I really enjoy Star Citizen and the potential directions it can be headed. Additionally, there are concerns in some of the directions. So what I'm trying to say is I want to test and play a lot of different stuff in Max because I want to know what I want to play when the game launches. So if all I did was cargo hauling, then, I wouldn't know that if I like FPS or not, or some of the other aspects of the game. So I try to test out different stuff. What's it like? How's it fun? I don't necessarily try to acquire things because it's going to get wiped out. The only time I acquire stuff is it's something really, really cool I thought would be neat, like these Hawaiian shirts. Or if it's going to be something permanent in the hangar. So like with the Alliance Aid right now, if you do all those quests and you get all the points, then you get stuff that's permanent in your hangar. But I like all aspects of the game. Even when it's live, I can just see me doing different stuff at different times. Like today, let's do some cargo. Let's do some salvaging the next one. So Let's take the Banu Merchantman out for a drive. That's a cool vehicle. I'm gonna have to take this vehicle out more often. All right, let's see if we can get him in. Yeah, he's gonna fit easy peasy. This will work perfect. This game, man. Tell you this game. I'm like stuck in the hangar. I'm melting. Let's see if we can pull it up. Can we pull him up? Can we pull him up? Oh, no, I can't even grab him. No, because they've got shields or something. This game. Hey, Carbon. What happens if I back out? I can't even back out now. I can't even back out. Alright, well, let's see what happens if we lift up the thing. Can't move powered on. Okay, yeah, let me turn. But I had the other one, the did I turn the power off? Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right. System off. Let's see what that does. See if we can do it this way. So safe, Durf. Aha! Ha! Yeah. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Why'd you move so much? Why are you moving so much? I just wanted you a little bit. How do I straighten it out? That is not what I wanted. All right, good enough for government work. All right, let's see if it comes up. Where's the elevator? Why am I not seeing the elevator? Oh shit! Well, they don't give you much room there, do they? Yeah, perfect. Like a glove. Wait. Alright, where's the button to bring it up? Here we go. This is going to be fun. This, I think, is going to be a lot of crash, bangy bang. Alright, we'll have to try that again. Alright, we'll have to try that again. Alright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish that tomorrow. So we're going to do that tomorrow. So let's do another viewer frenzy. Oh, let's give away, let's see here. Give code at Durf. Well, thanks for the help there, Durf. Appreciate it. See if that will. There we go. Curve rewarded. Alright, let's do a viewer frenzy and then we'll raid out. Only because I got my crab traps to check. I might hop on my YouTube account and do a little streaming from that. I'm honestly, you know, everybody wants to do the space one, but I'm digging some of these ground games now. Let's do this one. We'll do up. Start. All right, exclamation frenzy to get in. Exclamation frenzy. Chip's got a van selected. Yuri's got a van. check out his blue van here. Pagla with the flatbed. Craig with the regular car. We got a tractor here. Farmer James with his little tractor. Hudson Hawk. He hasn't changed his yet. All right, let's get the countdown going. Just came back from a long conversation with the Chat GPT. Oh, yeah? Well, you still got a chance. You got 40 seconds to get in the game. Evil Ewok. What a name. Let's go look at his evil. Look, you got a Sith Ewok. Look at him with a little lightsaber walking stick. He's evil. All right, 18 seconds. $18 seconds. Or 10 seconds now. Not 18 seconds. It was 18 seconds when I said it the first time. All right, here we go. Mega code to the winner. So I got to spend some time to make my video. I got to spend some time to make some cool looking maps. Oh, let's change our mini map. We got our mini map there. I love the zoom in. Let's see how the zoom in mode. Isn't that cool? Oh, there goes Murky. Oh, right off the map. Oh, everybody's falling off with their zooms. Yeah, and you caused it to have to. Yeah, we'll get the text. We'll try to get the text fixed here. I must have wrapping turned on. I probably have wrapping turned on that thing. I think that's what it is. Have wrapping turned on. Oh, crashing into the boxes. Oh, there goes Arceon. Flying off the map. Oh, a bunch of y'all came off the map. I'll put you back on. Oh, people keep falling off the map. You all need to slow down. Gotta take those turns. Oh, this is a bad time to zoom. Look at that. I'm gonna make those a little bit more punishing. Yeah. We're gonna make those a little bit more punishing. Everybody's flying off the map. Oh, there are more people falling off the map. All right, this hill's a little bit tough to go up. This hill's a little bit tougher to go up. Yeah, this is the vehicle, the new vehicle physics. I need to probably adjust some of it. But I want it to be chaotic. I wanted it to be chaotic. And this looks chaotic. This definitely looks chaotic. Oh, everybody fell off the map. Oh, Commander NibG, you were so close. Arceon somehow won. Everybody's falling off. We need to get some guard. I need to put some fencing up on here or something. We definitely need to put some fencing up. Who's last? Punix. Come on, Punix. And I'm going to change the respawning back onto the track. It's going to slow you down a lot more than it normally does. Come on, Punix. Oh, he fell off. Everybody's falling off. Right here. Can he finish? There he is. Oh, wait. We got Evil Ewok. Wait. Oh, we got Evil Ewok and Chris Diane. Are they going to make it? No, they're not going to make it. They're going to get a did not finish. Nope. So we got Arceon 1. I'll just be dragging back here. I don't care about the code. This is just so much fun to watch. It is. Give mega code. Wait till I add sound. I need to add sound. Sound is something I'm going to work on after I get the Steam page up. I do need to get some crashing sounds and stuff like that. Well, cool. There we go. Who are we going to raid? Who's streaming? Who's up? Who is streaming? Who do we have? We got Citizen Spooner. I don't ever get to raid him. I should raid him. He raids me. I might do Spooner. Yeah, we'll do Spoon.
The zombies think
He's gonna sit here, isn't he?
Right. Let's see here. Raid out. Oh, let me end the giveaway. Stop giveaway. There's your last code. There's your last code. And let's raid out. Spooner. Start raid. I'll see. I will be streaming some tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. We'll continue on. Let's see if we can do better getting the Cyclone and the Mule, the Moth. All right, we're raiding.
Sorry, I can't watch. Yeah, it's Dumb Alert Day. Sorry, Charlie Conger. It's Dumb Alerts Day. Also, usually you just got to survive until Kraz goes to sleep. He's Australian, so it doesn't take long. He tires himself out. Old Man Observer, dude. Let's freaking go. Thank you for the raid. We're doing Bob stuff, look. We're doing Bob stuff. We're giving Valentine's Day things away. It's a very good time. Seeing as this is your first ever very good time, I think you'll. Seeing as this is your first ever message, I think you'll. Dumb alerts is how this guy gets paid. That's true. That's true. Just rub Kraz's tummy till he admits he's a Kiwi. What alerts? Fucking bad. Hog out there gaslighting everyone. Hey, Old Man Observer, how's it going? So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go salvage another hammerhead or something like that. Then we're going to do the throbbing bundle giveaway that I've prepared earlier. I'll insert my throbbing package into your hangar.